Local SEO has always been the bread and butter of small businesses. And as we know, with Google AI overviews coming in, the whole landscape of search has started changing. If you're a small business owner, then you might be wanting to know what are the best strategies to use now in 2025 to be still dominating those results, because you still want those local leads, right? So welcome to another episode from JustWords. Today we would like to talk about local SEO, because that's very important for all of our clients, and also I'm sure it's very important for you as a business owner as well as your clients. I am happy to have today with me Rahul, who is
Hello.
our head of digital, and Abhishek, who is senior digital account manager, and both of them handle a lot of accounts, which is we are working with a lot of small businesses and we handle a lot of local SEO. So I would really like to know today how what are the top strategies that we are using, how AI has sort of impacted the search landscape. And let's dig in then, and let's deep dive and figure out what are the things that we can do to still dominate those rankings, right? So Rahul, if you could, put a context to this whole podcast, and let's discuss what has been going on in search over the last maybe 6 months. And as we all know that Google AI overviews has sort of decimated organic traffic worldwide for all websites. So what is your opinion on, if you could help our audiences understand what is happening in the search world?
Thank you, Payel. So first and the foremost thing which we started seeing from 2024 second half onwards was that the AI overviews dominating the search results. So eventually what it led to was something which we did not anticipate to that extent, but later on the collective result was catastrophic. It led to almost 33% decrease in the organic traffic for the number one ranking keywords. So now what it meant, Payal, was even if I am ranking for all my keywords, let's say a hypothetical situation where all my business driving keywords are ranking on number one, I cannot say that I'll get traffic from it.
Right.
So that's where AI overviews created such a big dent. And that is something which changed the entire dynamics of SEO and search altogether. Now, what has that led to is more personalized and local-based searches. Now, the crawlers, the intent-based searchers, they are all focused on more hyper-local searches,
Right.
which is not just the city, which is the area to the zip code that they are living in. So that has created a paradigm shift in how AI-powered search engines prioritize clear, structured, and localized content.
Right.
So this is something which I think we should look into in today's strategy formulation. This should be a clear, most important part of any discussion with the clients, internally with the teams, why this matters for SEO and local SEO overall. We should look into all these factors.
Right. I think local SEO has always been extremely important. So I think with Google turning suddenly the content creator, and now it's stopped sending those 10 blue links that go there and find your information. Now it is itself generating information, and I think because the zero clicks are on the rise, local SEO becomes very, very important. Abhishek, so I would like to know why do you think local SEO is so important for small business owners, and what are the top things that they should look at to continue to probably dominate the results? What are the top things that they should keep ready when they are handling their Google business profiles?
So, Payal, so if we talk about the current era of AI, so there are three most important things that we will talk about, and there are some of the points that Rahul already have mentioned. Local SEO is more important in today's AI era. And one of the there are three things that are Google Business Profile, user-generated content, and third thing would be the hyperlocal SEO. That is playing a very important role in the local SEO when we are doing for any of the business or the small business. So let's start with the Google Business Profile. So that is actually working as your storefront. So it should be updated as your main office, and it should be updated basically if you talk about their Google description and their addresses and the phone number, it should be updated properly there. And we have to take care that the addresses, the phone number, it should be consistent everywhere if we are doing the local citations and all such things.
And updated as well.
Yeah, it should be updated everywhere.
So it's basically, are you saying that it's like a storefront, right? So
right.
For every small business, it's like a storefront. So keep that always updated.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And other thing would be like if we can update the photos over there, because that is the thing, that is the first thing that user sees there.
Yeah.
So if someone is searching for some of the businesses, or if someone is searching like dentist near me, dentist in particular city, like dentist in New York, then it is the first thing that appears first before your website. Right. So it should be acted as your storefront.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, so you were coming to the second point.
Yes. Then second point would be that is user-generated content. If we talk about your website, it should have the testimonial part, and it should have videos and the photos. That is basically indicating Google that your website is continuously updating over there, and you are updating there, and it puts the signal to the Google that yeah, these websites are continuously working on the user-generated content. And it actually gives the signal, and it helps in your Google ranking also in the local terms.
Right. So what would you mean by user-generated content here?
So like if we talk about user-generated content, then it would be the testimonials, that people putting the testimonials on your Google Business Profile or your the website. Then it should be updated properly, and we can talk about that. We can use some of the plugin if you are using the website or on the WordPress, then we can embed it on the website, on our website, and it can directly pick it from your Google Business Profile.
Right.
That work as a user-generated content.
Right.
And secondly, the photos, like similarly we are updating on the Google Business Profile, it should be also updated on your website. So we can talk about the videos as well. Right. So if you have the videos, you can show your team. And you can also show the office, that how it actually, so it actually increases the trust amongst the users.
Right. You can even put videos probably of the, maybe a job that you're doing or project, case studies, something like that as well.
Yeah, yes, we can do that. Whatever that is increasing the trust amongst the user.
Right, right. Okay, okay.
And third thing that would be, even Rahul has also mentioned that hyperlocal.
Yeah.
It should not only be about your targeting the whole city. Like if we talk about the Delhi, for example, if we are having the page on our website that is targeting the Delhi location, we also should have the neighborhood areas of your offices. For example, if you are located in the Connaught Place, then you should have some of the pages that are related to the neighborhood areas, like the Karol Bagh should be there, and we can talk about the Paharganj should be there, that are the nearby areas. Right. We can create the pages related to that, and that plays an actual role in increasing the local SEO visibility amongst Google and the search engines.
Right, right. So I think a lot of our viewers are already searching on ChatGPT, and I think the way we are putting in our local searches are also changing. Like, no one's putting now, plumber near me, or maybe a baker near me. They are putting, can you please recommend a plumber near, a particular area, say maybe you're talking of Connaught Place, like a plumber near Connaught Place, and even nearer that. So there is that's what you mean by hyperlocal. Right. So I guess that since they are using it in ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT is then fetching it from Google, because obviously ChatGPT doesn't have access to Google's data. So I think that's how we also need to improvise a lot of, we need to include a lot of local addresses, or rather local area mentions in the content, right? So Rahul, if you could, Abhishek talked about the three important things that still matter today for keeping the GBP rank, the profiles optimized. What would be, I guess, the top strategies that we are taking, or what are the top things that we are discussing with our clients that they should be aware of? Like what are the new things that they should be doing in 2025 that they were not probably doing in 2024 for local SEO, to dominate local SEO, right? Because we all know that now with AI overviews and Google announcing AI mode also, things are going to be changing drastically. So is there something new that we could do? Or are we doing that with our clients? Because, we deal with a lot of clients in the US, in Canada, in India, where we deal with local businesses, right? So if you could elaborate a little bit more on that.
Okay. So the next thing, Payel, which we have seen being present all through, but it has gained all the more importance in the times of AIO, is the EEAT signals. AIO prefers EEAT like anything. AIOs still prefer to a large extent the content which follows the EEAT guidelines or have good authority. Second, which I have seen growing at a tremendous pace, is voice search. Now, why it has grown is voice search is more conversational in tone. Right. It is more like you and me are interacting right now. Voice search is more like that. So, local intent, conversational tone. If we optimize our strategy for these two things, then voice search is one of the biggest areas which is developing, and it is going to gain prominence in the next couple of years, maybe even less than that.
Right.
Also, one more thing, AI overviews really like dynamic real-time business info. So what Abhishek was hinting on, the moment things change regarding anything related to your business, maybe on the website, maybe any new edition of the product, any new edition of the store, it has to be updated real time on GBP.
Right.
That's what makes the difference between someone who is prominent on GBP and someone who is being left out.
Right, and probably, do you think it's a good idea to add the voice search in the questions that we ask?
Absolutely.
We prepare a list of questions and answer them. I think here, as you mentioned, the user intent becomes very important, and personalization. I think what AI has brought about is personalized content. So I think the results in future are not going to be, Google is not going to show the same search results to you, because it's going to take into account what you have searched, your search history, and where you are. And even if two consumers are living maybe in the same area, it would show different searches, right? It would show different answers to those two people. So AI is going to become hyper personalized as well. So maybe we should understand the kind of business, the kind of people who are coming to our business, and maybe try to answer those questions that each one of them have. So having a good updated list in the Q&A would be a really good thing. That I think that's one strategies that you have applied to all our customers. And how has that worked?
So if we talk about that, how we have implemented on our projects, then it starts with the FAQs, as you mentioned.
Right.
And that is actually one of the most important thing that should be implemented there, because it's actually answers what user are searches for.
Right.
So if user are searching for some of the query, you can directly pick the most frequent questions and you can answer them on your website, and it should be natural.
Right.
Basically, that answers the question in the natural way.
Right.
And so for the local citations, it is extremely important for us to create the business listings on the website that are popular in that particular city. For example, if we take an example of the Minneapolis in the US, and there are some of the local business sites, local business listing sites that are popular there. For example, Yellow Pages could be there.
Right.
So if we list our business over there, and the address and the phone number and all the information, it should be consistent over there also. Right. It should be same as we mentioned on our website, on our business profile. So it should be same over there. So it basically gives a signal to the Google that this business is located on in the multiple business listing sites that are popular in that particular local cities. So it actually helps in improving your ranks, and Google takes it as a signal as well.
Right.
So that is the thing that we need to take care of.
Right.
Then other thing would be hyperlocal pages, as we already have discussed, and it also gives the signal for the local SEO, that if your website have the hyperlocal pages or the local city pages, it gives a signal to the Google that this website has the page for this particular location,
Right.
and
And
they are
link those-
serving over there.
And link those pages, the hyperlocal pages, to your GMB profile.
Yeah, if we are having the separate Google business profile for each of the
locations. So if
location.
it's a business, for example, I think you're dealing with one business where it's a health clinic and you have multiple clinics in different neighborhoods.
Right.
So would you suggest creating, different hyperlocal pages and connecting it with the different GVPs?
Absolutely, Payal. Because if we talk about the multiple cities there, then, for example, they are serving the 5 cities, and they have a 5 different Google business profile.
Right.
Then you should have a local page for each of these locations, and it should be linked to your individual Google business profile. It gives a signal.
Right, and also I think, Rahul, do you think it's a good idea to use ChatGPT to get out the keywords, the long tail keywords, which can be, taken out in context of the hyper locations, for example, if I want to know, and how can we use ChatGPT to, do this better, like implement our hyper local strategy better for our local SEO?
Right. So, Payal, it's a very interesting thing that generative AI has reached to those levels which we could not even imagine, particularly when we talk about digital marketing, SEO. But I would always prefer a pinch of salt in that, because ultimately it's ChatGPT or any other AI tool for that matter will definitely guide us and gather a lot of information in a very short frame of time, which is outside the capacity of a human being. But then the strategic input on that report or on that information which is being generated by ChatGPT has to be from a domain expert. So yes, on one hand, ChatGPT goes a long way in finding out the long tail, conversational, local intent based keywords.
Right.
But then again, applicability of those keywords and feasibility and how to mix it with the business should be the call of the expert who is working on the project.
Right. So you should know your locations really well,
Exactly.
and then of course verify as always what ChatGPT has given. But I think the LLMs also are giving us a lot of conversational long tail queries. Right. Yeah. And also I would like to ask a little bit about the long tail keywords that we are trying to again and again insert into our various content. When we are talking of hyperlocal content or we are talking about AI content, I mean, we are seeing a shift from short tail keywords to long tail keywords, more conversational keywords. How does long tail keywords become a part of the local SEO strategy? How should businesses be using long tail keywords, or rather what tools, how can they find out the long tail keywords, the best long tail keywords? I mean, is there any way that we are particularly would like to talk about a strategy that we are using?
So in the current AI era, again we are talking about the AI, that the long tail keywords plays an important role because it's a more conversational.
Right.
So people are searching for the keywords like what are the best dentists near me.
Who would give I think giving the cost perspective, or maybe in the location, adding the location. So now it's not a 3-letter word anymore.
Right.
It's a bigger word, right? So, but how do you think, one is of course using LLMs to get those questions out. Can you use any tools as well to get out the long tail keywords?
There are, I would always prefer, before going to the tool, go to the place where users are going. Users are going to the search engines.
Right.
So tool is of course there to ease out a task, but I would still, my first choice would be to go to Google, for example, and look for in the people also asked section, what are the related queries that people have asked for that, because those will give you the real-time information. Also, there are several keyword research tools in which we can filter out with questions and answers with the seed keyword we put in, and then we find out the variations of that.
And SEMrush.
SEMrush is there.
Yeah.
Also Asked is there. Answer the Public, for example, is one of the very good tools. Also, Google, we can mine Google's business profile insights, because we get a lot of information from there as well. What queries people are searching. For example, urgent laptop repair in any particular city. For example, Massachusetts. So those type of keywords or those type of queries from Google Business Profile Insights will be very helpful for a local profile.
And maybe also from Reddit and Quora.
Reddit and Quora, of course. I was just coming to that. Reddit and Quora, because that reminds me of one more thing which I think our viewers should also know, that there was a survey conducted by SEMrush very recently, and in AI overviews they found that AIOs are citing two references quite frequently. First was Reddit, second was Quora.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the place to be right now.
So that's a trend that Google has been following over the last 1 year, where they are picking up more of user-generated data and content, right? Okay, so that becomes also a part of the local SEO strategy now. I think we are using that. Great. And do you think so now that with Google announcing the AI mode to be coming, and we are hearing how in future the map pack will be phased out, and we will have something like the AI overviews, and the AI overviews citing the the information is being taken from the GBP, right? So I think we have to keep our information very recent. And also, do you think we should, like if it's a 24-hour plumber supply or HVAC supply, I think those small things which make it very hyperlocal becomes all the more important, right? But Rahul and Abhishek, I want to know whether this is what I feel, that the basics of local SEO, which is your GBP, keep it all right, I think the basics will always remain there, right? I think we need to take care of those first if we are not right now. So what do you think about that?
Yes, Payel. So like I was saying some time back, the fundamental remains the same. Because even if we try to relate it to a real life example, whenever we build any structure or any building, first we do not start building the wall. First we go down and dig the foundation. Because that is something which is going to be there forever till the time building is there. On top you can build anything you want. The foundation has to be strong. Similarly in search, the foundation remains the same. It's just that new things or new variations have been built on top of that, and we have to keep adapting ourselves to that. Right.
So I think if I have to ask you guys that what are the top things that we need to still take care of and on the top of mind in 2025 for business owners, what are the top things that they need to be taken care of if we have to summarize everything that we talked about today?
So first and foremost, the content on the website and other places has to be the priority has to be it has to be dynamic, it has to be updated real time. So that content is very important, that needs to be taken care of. Second is, as we have discussed at length, Google Business Profile, because that's the gold mine of all the business and searches and traffic that you would be generating. Third is schema markup, because schema markup in today's time is very important. It was important earlier, but it has become more important now. Fourth, which I find should be taken care of, is voice SEO or voice searches, because those are highly conversational and local intent based and favored by AIOs. And second, and the last one but not the least is location based pages. So these 5 things come to the top of my mind going forward in 2025 and 2026 for locals.
Abhishek, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I would like to add in the local schema part, like here Rahul is mentioning that schema markup plays an important role for the local SEO, and the most important thing would be the local schema markup. So it should be updated on all of your pages, and it should have there is a specific part of the schema markup that is areas served that actually plays a vital role. And it should have all the location that you are serving. For if you are serving a particular, if you are having office in particular location, then you are also serving the neighborhood areas. Then that all the areas should be mentioned in the area served part of that schema markup, that local schema. So that plays an important role, and that is the real thing that we have observed in one of our project that is struggling with the local rankings. And after while we were auditing the website, we have found that this is the thing that we are currently missing on,
Right.
that area served.
Right.
When we have updated the area served part of the local schema, it actually helped us to improve the local rankings, and we also have tracked that through the tools like Bright Local. So it gives us a very important data that how it actually helped them to improve those ranking in those areas.
Right, and also as you mentioned, the local, the linking part, the backlinks, right? Get more backlinks as well. Get yourselves cited in your citations correct.
Correct.
Right, earn your citations rightly, and of course your hyperlocal content that obviously comes in. Great, and if you have to talk about any particular project that you've been working on where hyperlocal has worked really well and you've seen massive, the small business owner has really made improvement. I know you have a lot to talk about, but if we could just hear maybe one or two stories where the strategies have really worked, what would you talk about? I'm talking of the last 6 months. Let's pick up one.
Yeah, I would like to start with the same business that I am just talking about, and I can give you a context of the business. So they are basically they are having a store that provides the paint protection film for the cars.
Okay.
In the Minnesota, there is a particular. There are some cities of the Minnesota that they were serving. So they were struggling with their local rankings. Earlier it was good, but later on when the competition arises in that particular location, the GBP rankings started dropping.
Right.
Then we start auditing that. So for that particular business, the thing that played a vital role, that is the local schema. We have updated all those things that I just talked about. Then also we have worked on the hyperlocal pages of that business for that website. So they were serving in the 12 nearby cities for those particular locations on which they are having the store. So we have created the hyperlocal pages for those areas, and later on we have observed that it actually helped them to improve the ranking on those particular cities and the areas. And it also helped them to improve the organic traffic from the service pages.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I heard you having a talk with the content team as well, where you were asking them to include mentions of nearby areas as well, the nearby, landmarks, and you guys have also put pictures of the landmarks in the hyperlocal pages as well. So I think that indicates to Google that this is a very local business,
Right.
So that's great. Okay. Right, Abhishek, thank you so much for your contribution here and sharing so much data and insights. Rahul, same here, and great, just picking your brain on local SEO, and we look forward to talking more on this. I hope you guys had a lot of things to catch up on here, and if you're a small business owner or a marketing team which is marketing the business, or someone running a business which is catering to a lot of small businesses, we hope this video really helped you get some actionable tips and insights into how to stay and dominate results in 2025 for local SEO. Look forward to catching you up again in another episode. Thank you, and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.